Countrywood artists, welcome back to another virtual art lesson with Ms. Whitney. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend with your families. Okay friends, it's time for Ms. Whitney's Mask of the Week. This is my Mask of the Week. What do you see on this mask? I painted this mask like a famous painting by the great Japanese artist Hokusai. I say, you say, Hokusai. Hokusai was a painter and printmaker born in the year 1760 in the country Japan.
We're the 8 regions of Japan, so sing along and learn this song about Japan.
Even though 1760 was a very long time ago, his artwork is known all over the world still to this day. At 6, he sketched or drew things he saw around him. At the age of 14, he was training to be a wood carver. At that time in Japan, reading books were made from woodcut blocks. He worked alongside a wood carver and after was accepted into a studio of a very famous painter and printmaker. Printmaking is kind of like a stamp. Printmakers carve words or designs into wood, cover them in ink or paint, and make prints on paper. Hokusai changed his name a lot. That was pretty common for Japanese artists to do at the time, but Hokusai went by at least 30 different names during his lifetime. His names usually were based on his many different art styles during his life. He created over 30,000 works of art in his life, and his most famous were after he was 60 years old. He was very daring and didn't like to follow the traditional way of doing things. He was known as that crazy artist who broke all the rules. In front of a lot of people, he would do a lot of crazy things, like paint 2 little birds on a tiny grain of rice. Sometimes he would paint with his fingers, or toothpicks, or both hands at the same time. And one time he spread out hundreds of papers outside of Temple Square. He had a broom and a big bucket of ink and he drew a big picture. No one could tell what he was drawing because it was so big. This painting was a giant portrait of the patriarch of Zen Buddhism. Let's take a look at some of Hokusai's artwork. What do you see in this painting? This is called A Journey to the Waterfalls in All the Provinces. Men are having a picnic on a cliff right over a waterfall. You can almost feel the waterfall moving. And this is under the Great Wave of Kanagawa. This artwork shows a giant wave with Mount Fuji in the background, which kind of looks like one of the waves. This is not a painting. This is a print. It is a series of images layered one on top of one another. The first image is just an outline. It is a print from a wooden block that first had a drawing pasted to it. Then all of the lines were carved around to make a stamp from the picture. Then each color is printed on top from a different carved block, one for each color, starting from the lightest to the darkest. And that's what I painted my Mask of the Week to look like. The great Japanese artist Hokusai's print, Under the Great Wave of Kanagawa. Let's sing our welcome song and get started with this week's art project.
Hello, hello to all my friends. Here we are in art again. It's great to see you, everyone. Countrywood artist, Miss Whitney. We're going to make some art and have some fun. Round of applause.
Okay, friends, this week's art project is inspired by Japanese art, like the great artist Hokusai. We are going to create cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms are a very popular flower of many trees. Japan gave 3,020 cherry blossom trees as a gift to the United States in 1912 to celebrate both of our countries' growing friendship. You might have noticed that I painted cherry blossoms in the painting that is behind me for my videos. For this project, you can create your cherry blossom trees using whatever materials you have at home. They are usually red and pink. I have provided a branch template to this lesson. You can either print it out and create your masterpiece from that, or you can draw or paint your own branches. Some examples of materials you can use for this project are buttons, tissue paper, jewels, or sequins. You can rip up pieces of construction paper for the flowers, or you can paint them using a paintbrush, your fingerprints, or cotton balls. I can't wait to see how creative you can get. Don't forget to send me your beautiful Japanese cherry blossom masterpieces. I'll see you next week for a new art lesson. Bye, friends.